Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so this is page 9. Right down here you see the 9. And this is lesson 5, and I already wrote my name at the top, so go ahead and write your name at the top. So this time we're going to talk about something, some of you might remember this from last year. We had these big blocks. I think mine were actually red, and then we had the smaller blocks, and we did some practice where we stood up and we tried to figure out what number we were holding up. So the way these blocks work is when there's just one, like this little guy, that's the ones column because you only have one. But as soon as you stack 10 on top of each other, it looks like this, but you have to get to 10, then it makes a 10 rod. So this is called a 10 rod. Okay, that means there's 10 little tiny squares together. And when we look at a number, like if we were going to look at our chart right here, and we look at, say we look at this number, 63. There's 3 little ones, but when this number moves over, that means there's 6 10 rods here. So we would have 6 10 rods, okay? That can be kind of confusing on a computer to talk about, so we're going to talk about it together right here real quick. All right, so let's look at this number, okay? In the number 53, 5, 3. That means there's 3 ones, 3 ones. They didn't make it to 10, so they go in the first column, the first spot. Okay, if we were going to write those down here, we would write the 3 in this column. Okay, and then in this column right next door, how many rods do we have right here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would have to write a 5 right here, not a 3, a 5. Okay, and our number would be 53. So when we go to write it, we would write 53 right next to each other. Okay, so if we this one gets confusing, I'm just going to cross this one off because it's kind of silly how they put them right next to each other like that. It makes it a little confusing. So you're welcome to take your hundreds chart right here. This guy, if you have it with you, you can flip it over and cover up one of these problems so that they're not so confusing. But let's go down here to this first guy right here. See this one right here? All right, so let's count our ones first. How many blue do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have 4 blue, which means we have 4 ones. And how many rods do we have? How many 10 rods do we have? 1, 2, 3. We have 3. So this number altogether is 34. 34. So 3 10s, 4 ones makes 34. Let's do this one. How many ones do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter if they're sitting next to each other or as long as they're not stacked up into a 10 rod. Okay, so let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 ones. And then how many 10s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 10s. So 57. Okay, now how many ones do we have? Well, that's easy, we just have 1. How many 10s? 2. And that was a sloppy 2, but that's the problem. All right, I'm going to push pause and I'm going to grab my next page. So stay right here, just go to the page 10. Okay, so here I am, I'm on page 10. See the 10 at the bottom? And my name is at the top. And we're going to do what we just did, where we count our ones right here, and then count our 10s and right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many 10s? 1 long 10, 1 long 10, 2, 3, 4. So my number is 46. Okay, you guys do these two by yourself. Push pause, do these two, and then come back. So push pause. Okay, you guys should be back. I'm doing those real quick for you. See if your answers match. Okay, now we're going to count by 10s, okay? And when we count by 10s, we have our chart here. Let me bring it to the front. All right, we have our chart here. When we count by 10s, we are counting down this row right here. down this row, okay? I'm going to color it for us. Oh, that's not going to work. Hold on. I got to get it colored for us so that we can actually see it still. Okay, we're counting down this row of tens. Now, if we look at that row of tens, what we can see is that the number in front goes up by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the number behind stays at 0. So we can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, then 100. Okay, let's try it again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right, so now we have to write them. Okay, so we got 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. We're so close. We're almost there. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Good job. Okay, this part down here, you've done this a bunch of times. You're going to want your 100 chart for this, but you guys can do this by yourself, okay? So all you're doing is you are putting what number comes next, right? So I'm going to do this one down here, right here for you guys with you, because it's the biggest number we've done so far. So we're going to find this 74, right here, 74, and we're going to write the next number, 75. So as long as you have your hundreds chart out, this is going to be really easy for you, okay? You guys are going to pause, do these, and then come back. So pause it, do them, come back. Okay, I've done a couple of them for you. I didn't do them all, but I did a couple of them for you, so you can look at those. But we're all done for today. So good job, guys. Practice counting by 10 a few times this week, okay? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Bye, guys.